But that is not the only big revelation we got today. The top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee, which of course oversees the FBI and the Department of Justice, now says that the Bureau agents were instructed to flag to DOJ about any Epstein records that mentioned Donald Trump. Get this is a new letter out today to Attorney General Pam Bondi from Ranking Member Dick Durbin, who writes this, quote, according to information my office received, you pressured the FBI to put approximately 1,000 personnel in its information management division on 24-hour shifts to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records, adding, quote, my office was told these personnel were instructed to flag any records in which President Trump was mentioned. What?
One of the things about Trump with Epstein is we know they were friends and we know he was on the plane. But now what they're starting to cull through is all these examples of Trump being a predator, examples of Trump being a skeezer around young girls. And this is one of the examples. Donald Trump judging the 1991 Look at the Year modeling competition organized by John Casablancas Elite Model Management, featuring participants as young as 14 years old. A 2020 Guardian investigation into Elite's Look at the Year competition uncovered allegations from former contestants and industry insiders that the competition was used by founder John Casablancas and others to engage in sexual relationships with vulnerable young models, some of whom were teenagers. All right, let's watch this clip.
The 58 contestants participated in an exhaustive round of personal interviews designed to help our judges discover what makes each one special.
You're 5'9" reading? Serious, huh? We made measure again tonight.
So they're having personal interviews designed to let the judges figure out what makes them special, but meanwhile they're fucking dressed in dental floss and shit.
Okay. Thank you very much, Amy.
The concentration was intense inside the judging room.
But if they don't like you as you are.
And then look at this. Look at all these girls, right? They want to have a modeling career. They want to be on the cover of Vogue magazine. And the point being is you should be able to be on the cover of Vogue magazine without having to be a lure and prey for a series of degenerate, powerful old men that are just trying to fuck you in order to allow you to have that opportunity.
And out.
I'm just so excited.
Each girl was considered not only for her beauty and poise, but also for her personality and that indefinable
something extra that makes a top model.
Okay, you want to pull your hair back 1 second? All right. Thank you very much, Ingrid. Good luck for tonight.
Thank you.
Trying to find modeling talent is one thing, but hurting women out and using finding modeling talent as a front to have sex with young girls who are vulnerable and willing to do whatever it takes to get a job is super toxic. And yeah, all of these guys are like 50, bro. And these girls are fucking teens, man. And that's just it.
There's been a lot of discussion about the Epstein files and the president's comments yesterday calling it a hoax. Can you clarify which part of the Epstein hoax is the...
Dude, look at that breath. Do you see that? Did you see that breath right there? It's like things like this. It's like little behaviors like this are always really interesting because she is having a deep emotional response to these questions, right? And it's weird because you don't know what the response is, whether it's about her conflict with being a Christian woman in this administration, with the lying, with the pressure, but you can see that she is like agitated and like trying to hold it together in a major way.
There's been a lot of discussion about the Epstein files and the president's comments yesterday calling it a hoax. Can you clarify which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax part?
The president is referring to the fact that Democrats have now seized on this as if they ever wanted transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, which is an asinine suggestion.
By the way, the Democrats are the one who put Ghislaine Maxwell in jail.
Which part of the Epstein hoax is the hoax part?
The president is referring to the fact that Democrats have now seized on this as if they ever wanted transparency when it comes to Jeffrey Epstein, which is an asinine suggestion for any Democrat to make. The Democrats had control of this building, the White House, for 4 years, and they didn't do a dang thing when it came to transparency in regard.
They did put Ghislaine in prison.
To Jeffrey Epstein and his heinous crimes. It was this president who directed the Department of Justice and the Attorney General to do an exhaustive review of all files related to Jeffrey Epstein, which they did. The Attorney General and the FBI, led by Pam Bondi, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, these are great patriots, some of the most trusted voices in the Republican Party movement.
Dude, North Korea, anyone? I'm waiting for her to fucking pull her dress open. She's got those North Korean outfits on under there. Yeah, what part is the hoax? The part is the hoax is because Democrats are now calling for the files. Like, why did you say there was no list and now there is a list, but Obama wrote it? Obama wrote it.
It's part of the reason the president appointed them to these high law enforcement positions, and they spent many months going through all of the files related to Jeffrey Epstein, and they concluded what they found in that memo.
Remember, guys, how Pam Bondi and everybody, Bongino, Kash Patel, remember how they said, we have the Epstein files. I got the list on my desk. Okay, this shit is coming out. We're releasing all this. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they changed their mind. Case closed. He committed suicide. There's no list. There's nothing we can do. There's no perps to even arrest. Sorry, yada, yada, yada. Well, you know what happened between those two things, guys? Between Pam Bondi saying, I have the list on my desk, and then Pam Bondi and Kash Patel saying, there isn't a list, and sorry, guys, we're wrapping this thing up. What happened in between was this. The FBI was asked to flag everything that mentioned Trump. That was an order that was given. 1,000 FBI agents were instructed to flag any records related to Jeffrey Epstein that mentioned President Trump. 1,000 FBI agents, man. Isn't that crazy? They had a huge portion of the FBI culling through this Epstein stuff, just flagging Donald Trump. So this is what happened between A and B, guys. A, I got the list on my desk. We're releasing it any day. B, there is no list. Sorry, guys, case closed. In between, 1,000 agents flagging every time Trump's name came up. The letters asked Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, and Dan Bongino if they personally reviewed all of the files in the DOJ's possession. If they personally reviewed it. Durbin also questioned why personnel were told to flag records in which Trump was mentioned and what happened to the records mentioning the president once they were flagged.
According to information my office received, you pressured the FBI to put approximately 1,000 personnel in its information management division on 24-hour shifts to review approximately 100,000 Epstein-related records. Adding, quote, my office was told these personnel were instructed to flag any records in which President Trump was mentioned. What? And all this comes just a day after that shocking story in the Wall Street Journal.
Dude, that's insane. Think about that. Think about like what that says. They went in there, they had all the Epstein files, they had all the information here, and instead of compiling the list, instead of preparing a report, they literally put 1,000 agents on there to flag where President Trump's name comes up. And then nobody knows what they did with it after they flagged it. But after they did this operation, shortly thereafter, there's no list, there's no impropriety, there's nobody to prosecute. It's just like, whoopsie, Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. It's nothing to see here, guys. After 1,000 FBI agents flag everything with Trump's name on it, all of a sudden, the whole thing doesn't exist. I mean, it's not sus or anything, is it?
We're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information.
A lot of names, a lot of information. Oh, by the way, 1,000 FBI agents flagged everything with Trump's name on it. And guess what? We don't have any documents left. I think that's what happened, right? She's got all the files. Then she got 1,000 FBI agents to flag everything with Donald Trump's name on it. And at the end of it, there were like 2 pieces of paper left. Right? They're like, oh, shit, there's nothing left. We don't have a list. We don't have anything, right? The whole thing is gone.
And so the president has been transparent. He has followed through on his promises to the American people. But he doesn't like to see Democrats and the mainstream media covering this like it's the biggest story that the American people care about.
Well, it is the biggest story the American people care about, Karoline. It is. Because you're lying, you're covering it up. Trump is saying it exists, it doesn't exist, it exists, but Biden wrote it, Comey wrote it, it's a hoax. Did you see Elon's tweet? Now, I'm not going to give Elon props because Elon paid for this dumb... But look at Elon's tweet today. Wow, I can't believe Epstein killed himself before realizing it was all a hoax. I mean, savage. But Elon, it would be nice if this motherfucker didn't pay for him to be in office. Although, Elon, fuck you, buddy. You get no credit, boss. You get no credit.
Has the White House been directly in touch with some of the MAGA influencers that are still not satisfied with the administration's handling? And
ooh, what a good question. Has the White House been in touch with some of the MAGA influencers?
has the message to them been similar to what the president has said, which is sort of either let this go or we don't need your support?
Well, look, the president and this team are always in contact with the president's supporters with voices of many kinds on both sides of the aisle. I think that's part of the reason.
They are always in contact with their supporters, dude. Come here, cat turd. Let's give you some of that double tug. Come here. Don't run over your dogs now. Don't get so excited from the double tug you drive over your own dogs there, cat turd. All right?
This president is a great president because he's willing to listen and hear other people's perspectives. But
dude, he's willing to listen and hear other people's perspectives unless you're a trans person. Then he's going to throw you under the fucking bus, right? And yeah, it is funny. They follow judicial policy when they don't want to release stuff. But the minute the judicial policy is about not sending innocent people to foreign prisons for life, they're like, those goddamn activist judges.
And as I always say, the American people should trust in President Trump.
Yeah, American people should trust in the guy with 34 felony convictions, 26 credible rape accusations, best friend of, Jeffrey Epstein, the guy who's lied like 60,000 times. You want to trust that guy? Dude, fucking, yeah, I'll take a rain check on that, huh? What is up, guys? Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, you want to support independent resistance media, you know what to do. Drop that sub, hit the like button, and please share it. And we do love our members, so if you want to become a member, it's another really great way to support. Thanks again for everything, guys. I'll see you next time. Let's go.